Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 117, and I'm going to call it day 3 of Doc V asked us this week to get personal in our lives. He issued a challenge for the month of May that we would all go live, and this month is about digging deeper, getting personal, your personal experience. And I guess today I'm going to kind of piggyback off of what the doc said yesterday. Hi, Rosemary. So I'm going to kind of piggyback off what the doc said yesterday and just kind of remind you of what I had said yesterday. And I guess what I'm using this time for is to look at what's different for me this past year and what I'm going to have to keep doing to keep moving forward on the journey. Just for those who don't know or don't remember, I lost 116 pounds about 20 years ago, got sick, gained it back, plus then I ended up with bariatric surgery and I'm down 160/40 during COVID. So I know I've made changes, and in order to keep engaged in this journey, I know I have to continue to make changes. So in order to get personal, like the doc asked us to this week, I started looking at what is different for me this time. And yesterday I kind of talked about that. I finally recognized that I had to change that word perfection to progress. I am working my journey perfectly if I'm making progress. So what I recognized is, yesterday I talked about, if I'm making progress and I'm making changes and I'm demolishing anxiety and repeating that cycle, I can move forward. Well, now today I thought, what is something else that's different for me in this past year? And I was thinking about, like, yesterday Doc V had an article or a video that we all watched on Benjamin Franklin. And Benjamin Franklin journaled a lot, and that is kind of part of our core in the challenge, is that we do gratitude journaling, meditation, a lot of that type of stuff. But what they found is, because Benjamin Franklin journaled a lot, they were able to get some information on him and maybe why he was so successful. And what they found is that he woke up early every single day, and he had a set routine. He would be up like at 5 a.m., which, when we talked about it in our group yesterday, is pretty amazing when you consider there weren't alarm clocks and the sun wasn't up. So he actually did somehow have himself set up that hi, it's Miss Rosemary. So he had himself set up to a routine. And I'm going to say that in this past year, I myself have been getting up between 4 and 5 a.m. And I do that because I hate that rushed feeling, and especially like this past year working remote, it's been stressful because there's a lot of things not available. In some cases, it's taken longer to get tasks done. We've had to convert from a paper system to an automated system, so setting things up has taken additional time. I've worked a lot more hours. Sadly, I'm salary, so it doesn't mean any more in the paycheck, but that's okay, because you know what? I'm learning skills. I'm getting myself ready for what the future looks like. And maybe that's going to open me up to where I will, and hopefully this is my goal, is to be a fully remote employee. So I've taken the time this past year to educate on Zoom, to educate on Blue Jeans, to educate on any of the systems that are being put out there, because we have conference calls all day long, or you have your one-on-ones with your boss via some kind of, it's not Facebook Live, but you have some kind of a live format. They have team groups and Zoom groups and Skype groups and WebEx groups and all kinds of stuff. So that's been created a need to learn this past year. And so what I've done is, in getting up early, I've provided myself with an opportunity. So I myself get up between 4 and 5 every day, and I've got a routine. And all these people that I read about, and I'll give you a list of names of people who do this, all these people who start their days early start a routine, and they get up like between 4 and 5 a.m. Every single one of them that it listed did get up between 4 and 5 a.m. and they start a routine. They do the same routine every day. Even Benjamin Franklin had a certain routine of like learning and quiet time or meditation or exercise. Everybody has a routine. So like my routine, and I know I've talked about it before, is that to control anxiety, I've set up a thing of pre-paving, which is Sahar Mahoon Unlimited. And it's just that I have a card with statements that I say to myself every day to start the day. Thank you for a brand new opportunity. Enjoy life. I want my day to unfold with ease. And I go through a set of statements to kind of let my monkey brain know how I want the day to go forward. I'll meditate. And then what I'll do is I'll find things that I can do to get my day started better. And that might be like, if it's a work week, what can I do to have my lunch ready or get a load of laundry done or get something like that done before I have to start the work day? Because since I'm being paid to work, I try to keep them compartmentalized as much as possible, because I don't want to ever appear to my employer that I am not giving them a quality day job while I'm working remote, especially if I want to continue that way long term. So I'll do some things related to the home before I start the work day. And if it's the weekend, I might do something related to work before I start my home day. So I just kind of try to keep things compartmentalized. And then as I go through the day, if I've gotten, up early and I've gotten a chunk of stuff done, I don't feel guilty when there are things that come up, like maybe doing something with my parents, because that's who I've spent most of my time with during COVID, because they're fairly close. And I wasn't one that was in the public as much as like my sister and her family. So I was directly connected to them. Hi, Annie, it's good to see you. I'm glad to see you up. I hope you're feeling okay. So that getting up at 4 to 5 a.m. for me has been just amazing, because what it's allowed me to do is to get some stuff out of the way. And then it allowed me to, at the end of the day, not feel guilty if there was something else that I wanted to do or spend time with. And it's also relieved the stress of the job, because like I said, going remote created a whole new set of issues, and it's allowed me to spend time educating, learning, and getting head start on stuff. Like I've got one more week. I just got to get through one more week and we'll have filed first quarter. So I'm getting really close to the end of what is our busy season because of year end. So I'm really kind of excited about that. But I realize that is probably another really big tool for me, is that I have a set pattern I follow every single day. And when Doc V was talking about Benjamin Franklin yesterday, I wanted to look and see who else does this, who else gets up every day. And of course, I found an article by CNBC, and there are tons of business people, and that probably doesn't surprise anyone. Apple CEO Tim Cook, then they were saying Bill McNabb, Vanguard, Bob Ferguson, Attorney General, Washington State. So they listed a bunch, tons and tons of business people that get up between 4 and 5 a.m. And I guess I didn't find that as a surprise. I know that as well as that, they also identified that Oprah Winfrey gets up between 4 and 5 a.m. Michelle Obama is known to get up between 4 and 5 a.m. Caroline Burkle, who is an Olympic bronze medalist, gets up between 4 and 5 a.m. There was a 4-star general, Stanley McChrystal, who gets up between 4 and 5 a.m. And I know there are books that talk about getting up between 4 and 5 a.m. Robin Sharma, and there's a few others out there. Even during this time of COVID, some of the groups I've joined have had challenges trying to get everybody to commit to getting up at 4 to 5 a.m. So will I say it's been successful for me? Absolutely. And the reason it's been successful is that it's allowed me to relieve some of the stress of my workday by spending that time to educate and to get my skills ready and to get my computer ready. Yeah, see, Annie Mae gets up that early too, because it just lets me get a hold of some things and put them off to the side so that I can go into the workday and I don't feel like I'm already behind the firing squad, because it can get really crazy and personalities get really out of hand, and it's rough. It can get really rough, and that's for everybody, especially like even now with all of our additional emotions due to what has happened in the past year. And I'm going to add something I do in that morning routine too that really helps me to relax. And because I get up so early and I get a few tasks out of the way, and I, like I said, I am a 4 to 5 a.m. person, just like all these people, and I'll kind of repeat them in a minute for those. Hi, Joan. Hi, Anissa. It's good to see you guys. So I'll kind of repeat, a little bit of, I'll list the people again. What I found is the people, they have lists of them from CNBC, the people who are getting up 4 to 5 a.m., are businessmen, entertainers, sports people, Olympic medalists, politicians, and 4-star generals. So there seems to be a pattern that the most successful people do get up between 4 and 5. And like I said, I have been doing that this past year through being part of this challenge and through the tools, because Doc V gave us Benjamin Franklin yesterday, but he also gave us Robin Sharma a year ago, and he's also known for the 5 a.m. club, and he gives a whole set of tools on how to set up a routine every day. Zahar Mahoon gives us a routine, and I think setting up that routine is critical. But my routine, what I really love about it in the morning, is getting up 4 to 5 a.m. Like I said, I'll do my meditations, I'll do my pre-paving, which is Zahar Mahoon. I'll make statements of how I want my day to go. I'll get some, if it's a work day, I'll get some home stuff done. If it's a home day, then I'll get a little work learning done just to get me a head start on the next work week. And then after that couple of hours, when the sun starts to rise, I'll open the window. I might have a YouTube meditation going in the background, but I'll watch the sunrise. And usually you're going to find some beautiful colors. And there's just something about starting that day that way that makes me feel really, really good. So I guess that's what I wanted to do today is, since the doc has asked us to get personal, yesterday I just kind of talked about how I finally learned that perfection to me has to just mean progress, because being perfect every single day is impossible. And if I seek for perfect every day, I find myself feeling like I failed, and then that causes me to not stay committed to my journey. And then I realized the other thing that is truly been life-changing for me this past year is getting up earlier, is setting a routine around what time I get up, what time I go to bed, not watching TV, trying to set the stage on educating myself so that I've got the tools to succeed in the workplace. Because it has been stressful, and I don't think anybody out there who had to go remote has not had stress, because you've had to learn. Like even in my environment with work, we've got Skype meetings, we've got team builder meetings, we've got WebEx meetings, we've got Blue Jeans meetings. They just added Zoom on. And it's kind of funny because everybody's talking about, oh, Zoom, this is new. And I'm thinking, man, I've been doing Zoom meetings for, because we do them with Doc V once a week and other groups. So I've used that time to educate, to get myself ready, because it relieves stress for me if I can stay ahead of the 8 ball. I don't like the fire chasing me. I'd rather be putting it out in front of me. So recognizing that all I can do is make progress and taking the steps to get up earlier and educate myself and get myself ready and relax, meditate, and learn something new so that I'm ready as these new challenges present makes my life easier. And following that routine and getting a lot of that stuff out of the way earlier in the morning makes me feel less guilty if something comes up later in the evening or afternoon that I want to do, because I've done a chunk of work, I've done a lot of progressing forward. And I have to think that that might be why so many of these influential people do the same thing. And like I said, I'll kind of repeat the names. CNBC gave a list. We know Benjamin Franklin, because Doc V gave us a video on Benjamin Franklin being like that yesterday, that he was up at 5 a.m., which was amazing, no alarm clocks, and he was up at 5 a.m. starting his day every day. Last year, Doc V introduced us to Robin Sharma. He's the author of the 5 a.m. Club. He puts together a whole routine of how to get started every day. He calls that 5 to 6 a.m. the victory hour, and he kind of sets it up to go that route. And he talks about business professionals that use that to succeed in the world. Then this article on CNBC said, Apple CEO Tim Cook gets up early, Oprah Winfrey gets up early, Michelle Obama, and these are all 4 to 5 a.m.ers. So it's Apple CEO Tim Cook, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, Bill McNabb, who is Vanguard, Bob Ferguson, the Attorney General of Washington. Then they said Caroline Burkle, oh, I don't like the fire chasing me. I'd rather be putting it. Yeah. And Anissa, that's me. I can't stand it, because as an accounting person, these filing deadlines and states want stuff. And if you don't get it to them, they threaten to put your license in a little holding pattern until you do everything they want. So it gets really stressful. So yeah, I love to be in front of it. I want to be putting it out. I don't want to be burning my butt. But an Olympic medalist, the Olympic medalist, bronze medalist, she's a 4 to 5 a.m.er. A 4-star general, Stanley McChrystal, 5 a.m.er. So we have businessmen, we have entertainers, we have sports personnel, sports athletes, politicians, 4-star generals. It seems that there's some connection to getting up early, taking care of what you have to take care of, then doing some time enjoying and building the life that you want. We have to stop letting the fire get behind us, and we got to stay in front of it. We've got to take control and win at this life. It's not going to be perfect every single day, but just make a little bit of progress. And together we can all do this. We've all got the tools. We've all got the tribe. And I hate what's happened with COVID the past year. I hate the pain that it's caused a lot of people. But I like that I've been able to learn and in ways not add the stress of a remote work environment. It has been stressful, but I've learned to put some tools together so that I can approach it better. And I'm going to say, now that I'm thinking about it, we lost my aunt a couple of years ago. And my cousin, I was talking to him, and he was telling me a little bit more about her that I didn't realize. And they were successful business owners for many years and ended up retiring early. And when I was talking to him, now that I'm thinking about it, he told me she was up and outside by 4 a.m. every single day, that her life had to start because she had to get a head start on things. So what I'm seeing is many people in this world succeed by getting a head start on life. So I'm so glad to see you guys here on with me this morning. That means you guys get a head start on life too. I wish you the best of a weekend. And if there's something you can take care of this morning, get it out of the way so it's not hanging over your head as you try to move forward with this day. Make it easier for yourself. Don't make it harder. Thank you guys. I appreciate you so much for listening. I'll post something in the transformation group that I'll go live because I committed to twice a week during the off opening time. So I'll get something posted today. And thank you guys for being here for me. I appreciate you so much. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Thank you. And remember, get started, get it out of the way, and stay in front of, and don't let the fire burn you in the butt. Thanks.